Hello, I'm Marsha Myrie, your health and wellness, lifestyle, and mindset coach. Welcome home. Most people think and consider about their goals looking forward. However, high performers build their goals backwards. What am I talking about? Reverse engineering. So, if you're trying to achieve your goals, I'm going to talk and share with you a technique that is very reliable. It is called reverse engineering. So, if you know somebody, for instance, who is always late to an appointment, uh, tell them and share this information with them because it's going to be very helpful. So, I'm going to use that as the example to teach this concept of reverse engineering. It's not about just considering the goal that you want, because everybody has a goal. It's really focusing on outcomes and looking at pathways, essentially looking at the step-by-step actions necessary to help you achieve the outcome you desire. And we're going to take reverse engineering as an approach to achieve any outcome. But to make this very concrete for you, I'm going to use the example of your goal or the outcome that you're seeking is to arrive at an appointment at 10 o'clock in the morning. So the outcome is you want to arrive to an appointment at 10 a.m. So we're going to reverse engineer that outcome. The first thing is to consider. Remember, we talked about what are the steps that are necessary to make it inevitable for you to achieve that outcome. Travel time, you have to get there. How much time will it take for you to travel and get there? So let's consider it's going to take you about an hour. That would mean you would leave at what? 9 o'clock a.m. That's set. So you have an alarm set to leave at 9 a.m. Now, what's the next thing you have to consider? You have to get dressed. It's in the morning, so more than likely, you have to get up, take a shower, whatever you do to get dressed. However to pick out your clothes. If you're a woman, you might put on some cosmetics. Whatever it takes, consider how long it will take you to do everything that goes into getting dressed. So for this example, let's consider 1 hour. That puts you back to 8 a.m. So 8 o'clock, you'll start getting ready. 9 o'clock, you'll leave. 10 o'clock, you'll arrive at your destination. Okay, what else are some considerations? You want to eat breakfast before you leave. So it might take you maybe 30 to 45 minutes to prepare your breakfast. You want to eat a healthy breakfast because you're on the health and wellness journey. And so you want to give yourself maybe 45 minutes to prepare and to eat your breakfast. So now that puts you at 7:15 a.m. where you're going to start the process and eat the breakfast. And that 45 minutes, 8 o'clock, you take your shower, you get dressed. 9 o'clock, you leave the house. 10 o'clock, you arrive. You are also exercising in the morning these days. You've decided, I'm going to walk 30 minutes or jog, run, whatever the exercise of choice, but it's about 30 minutes. So if you're eating breakfast at 7:15, you're out at 6:45 for a 30-minute walk or run or jog. So if you're getting up and leaving the house at 6:45 for your 30-minute exercise, what are you doing prior to 6:45? You know what? We talked last week about bookending your days. So now you are integrating a morning routine, your quiet time. So in your quiet time, I don't know what you've decided on. Maybe you are journaling. Maybe you're sitting quietly. Maybe you're meditating. Maybe you're stretching. Maybe you're praying. Maybe you're reading from the Bible or some other book. So give yourself, maybe you're saying, I'm going to give myself 30 minutes to do that. So that's about 6:15. So maybe just for round figures, you are waking up 6 o'clock in the morning for a 10 o'clock appointment. That is what reverse engineer looks like. You ask yourself, what is your desired outcome? And what timeline do I need to achieve that desired outcome? And then what milestones do I need to put in place? And you consider that from a backwards point of view. What we just discussed here, you went from arrival to travel time, to getting dressed and ready time, to eating a nutritional meal time, to exercise time, to a morning routine time, to waking up. And now that you have figured out those timelines, you have established a pathway to achieve that outcome. Well, listen, this example can be duplicated in any outcome you desire. You can have an outcome from losing weight. I want to lose 20 pounds in 6 months. That is the outcome. And then we can begin to reverse engineering by what will you do in 6 months. So that means every month you can establish some milestones for yourself that will build up to those 6 months, and decide what are the action steps that you're going to take, and then go back even further to weekly and then daily. And in that process, you will decide the things that you will do and then the non-negotiables, because you will establish pathways to get to that point, but you would do it from a backward point of view. It could be also done with a budget. You can establish, I have a goal in 6 months, I want to save $10,000. And so again, we would work backwards so that in 6 months, it increases the chances that you will establish your goal. And so literally, when you have an outcome, you are asking yourself a specific question. What outcome do I want? And then the next question would be, what actions will I take? And chronicle it backwards. And then walk out those steps. Again, in coaching, we bring together all of our strengths. What are all the tools that you will use? You will ask for help. What in your environment you need to establish so that, again, all of these extra guardrails you establish is to help you achieve the goals. And that's the wonderful thing when you work one-on-one. We bring all of the tools in and works together. But reverse engineering is just another tool in the toolbox to help you achieve your outcomes and your goals. So if this information resonated with you, or you can think of somebody who you know that it will help, please share this channel with them. We would asking you to like, to comment, to subscribe, and to share. And if you would like to go down deep, delve deep, and work on this type of stuff one-on-one, go to my webpage and book. You're worth it. Book a session. Have a discovery call with me at the very least. And then you can choose a program so that we can work together and you can achieve those things that you have been having in your heart for decades, for years. I would love to work with you to help you achieve and optimize your life. And remember, Lasting change often begins with just one decision and sometimes just one coach.